Харе Кришна, 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 Харе Харе, Харе Рама, 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 Харе Харе. Good evening. Okay. So, administrator, please start the recording. Om Agena Timirandasya Genanjana Shalakaya, Chakshur Militam Yenata Smaya Shri Gurave Namaha, Shri Chaitanya Manobishtam Stapitam Yena Bhutale, Svaya Rupa Kadama Yamdadati Swapadanti Kamvancha Kalpata Rubhyascha, Kripa Sinubhya Eva Cha Patitanam Pavanabhyo Vaishnavabhyo Namo Namaha, Jaya Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Shri Vas Adi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda. Hare Krishna, 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama, 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 Hare Hare. Okay, devotees, good evening. We are continuing our classes on Bhakti Shastri course. We're discussing Bhagavad Gita, 17th chapter, which is called The Divisions of Faith. It is part of the last 6 chapters of Bhagavad Gita, where knowledge is described and discussed. These last chapters are called Jnana Yoga, as probably you still remember. So different phenomena of this world are described under how they manifest themselves under influence of 3 modes of material nature. And again, let's repeat. This is 17th chapter, the divisions of faith. The first 7 verses were about the idea of divisions of faith, means that it depends on under which mode someone's heart is situated. If someone's heart is situated under mode of passion or goodness or ignorance, then a particular type of faith or worship will be there. Then verses from 8 to 10, food in 3 modes of material nature were discussed. And verses from 11 to 13, sacrifices or yagas in 3 modes of material nature. Dvarkadish Prabhuji, good evening, Hare Krishna. Nice to see you. Hare Krishna. Also verses from 14 to 19, austerities in the modes of material nature. So we will start from the verse 17.17. And regarding austerities, we already have read that these austerities are performed on different levels: level of body, level of mind, and level of speech. And now these 3 verses, 17:17, 17:18, 17:19, these austerities will be described what are the symptoms of austerities in different modes of material nature. So we have this verse 17.17 for Dvarkadish Prabhuji. Hare Krishna. Good evening. Okay. I'm terribly sorry, I cannot hear you. I don't know why. Just let me. Yeah. Now tell something. Dvarkadish Prabhuji, tell something.
Okay.
Okay. Now I can hear you. Just some of settings were wrong. Okay. We are going on.
Sradaya parayat taptam tapastatri vidam narai apala akansibi yuktai sadvikam parikasate. Translation: this threefold austerity performed with transcendental faith by men not expecting material benefits but engaged only for the sake of the Supreme is called austerity in goodness.
Hare Krishna. So you see 3 symptoms of sattvic austerity, sattvic tapasya, are described here. One has to have transcendental faith. You can take notes if you wish. 3 points are here, symptoms of sattvic tapasya or sattvic austerity. The first one is that the practitioner has transcendental faith. So now we're going to discuss what does it mean. Also, he is selfless. He is not expecting material benefits. If he is expecting material benefits, then he is austerity under influence of mode of passion, which we also will be discussing today. And the third symptom is that he wants to satisfy Supreme, wants to satisfy Krishna. So, regarding transcendental faith, we have this verse from Sri Chaitanya Charitamrita, where the definition of Shraddha is given. Chaitanya Charitamrita Madhya Lila 22.62. Shraddha Shabde Vishvasa Kahe Sudri Dhanishchaya Krishna Bhakti Kaile Sarva Karma Kritahaya. Chaitanya Charitamrita Madhya Lila 22. 62. So the definition goes like this. We are discussing what does it mean, transcendental faith. Because again, the title of the chapter is divisions of faith, means we can have different types of faith. So what does it mean, Shraddha? Shraddha is confident, firm faith that by rendering transcendental loving service to Krishna, one automatically performs all subsidiary activities. Such faith is favorable to the discharge of devotional service. It is the definition of faith given in Chaitanya Charitamrita Madhya Lila 22:62. So means you are doing service to Krishna, and whatever you need in your life, you will get it. You will get it. The main point is that your endeavors should be focused in particular activity, means devotional service. Devotional service is priority number one. And if one prioritize, makes devotional service priority number one, then he can be sure that by Krishna's mercy, by Krishna's arrangement, all other things that he needs in his life will be there. Or it will not be there. If it will not be there, it means there is no need of this. Supreme Lord Shri Krishna, he is one who knows better than we know. He knows what we need in our life. What do we need, what we don't need. We can have different desires, but he is one who is Trikalagya. He knows past, present, future. So if he is not about to fulfill some of our desires, it also may be because he knows that it will not be beneficial for us, or it is not essential for us, or he wants us to be more focused on devotional service. So those who have transcendental faith, Shraddha, they are confident about this. That let me just serve Krishna, and whatever is needed will come. Of course, such type of faith is not something cheap. Is not something cheap. So if we want to have this faith or to develop this faith, we should associate with devotees who already have this faith. Such faith is favorable to the discharge of devotional service, it is written here. Again, Lord Kapila Dev in 29th chapter of the 3rd canto of Srimad Bhagavatam, he describes devotional service in different modes of material nature. And it is not that any kind of devotional service, Rajasic service or Tamasic service is beneficial. It is not so. So we're speaking about devotional service which is done with proper approach, proper understanding. Because externally devotees, they can easily engage us in some activities, but what kind of our consciousness will be there, it depends. That's why we're reading these books, we're associating, chanting holy names, and taking Bhakti Shastri course in order to understand it better. in order to understand better how it goes, how it works. So, okay, it was symptom number 1 of sattvic austerity. Then the next symptom is that he is not expecting material benefits. His service is selfless. So regarding selfless service, we have this famous verse from Srimad Bhagavatam. Srimad Bhagavatam 1-6. Savai pumsam paru dharmo, yato bhaktir adokshadje, ahaituki apratihata, yayatma suprasidati. 2 symptoms of pure devotional service are described here in the verse 1-6. Ahaituki aparatihata. Ahaituki, you can see this in word-by-word translation. Ahaituki means causeless. Causeless means there is no material cause or there is no selfish consideration in that sense. Ahaituki means he is doing this selflessly. And apratihata means unbroken, means he is stable in his devotional service. And in the translation goes like this. The supreme occupation dharma for all humanity is that by which man can attain to loving devotional service unto the transcendental Lord. Such devotional service must be unmotivated and uninterrupted to completely satisfy the self. Satisfy the self means to satisfy ourselves as we are spiritual souls. We can experience this spiritual satisfaction, not material satisfaction, not mental satisfaction, but spiritual satisfaction if we do devotional service, if we do it regularly, uninterruptedly, and if we are not covered by some selfish motives. Otherwise it will be practice in rajas or tamas. It will be contaminated practice, and because it is contaminated, so because of that the self is not satisfied, the soul is not satisfied. So this verse from Srimad Bhagavatam 1-6 gives a positive motivation that if you want to feel the spiritual satisfaction, then this approach to devotional service is really recommended. That you do something, but not just sometimes, but on regular basis, and try to do it without motivation. Well, without motivation, it means without material motivation, because from psychological point of view, it cannot be so that there is no motivation at all. If there is no motivation, there is no activity. The motivation is spiritual motivation. I want to satisfy Krishna, I want to satisfy Srila Prabhupada, spiritual master, devotees. It is also motivation, but it is another kind of motivation. So if one wants to have this satisfaction, he can struggle. He can struggle and strive for such standards of devotional service. And again, for that, he has to have good association of those who already have these qualities. So it was about selflessness. And regarding the third point, the third aspect of sattvic tapasya, he wants to satisfy Supreme Lord. He wants to satisfy Supreme Lord. It is the third symptom. It is described in this verse from Bhagavad Gita 3.9. We already have read this. You already have read this verse with in previous modules of this course with other teachers, with other facilitators. So this verse 3.9 is very important because the principle of karma yoga is described here. Also, this verse goes for memorization as far as I remember. Very important verse. Maybe it doesn't go for memorization, I don't know. Anyway, verse is very good and essential. Yagi arthat karmano nyatra loko yam karma bandhanaha tad artham karma kaunteya mukta sangha samachara, which means work done as a sacrifice for Vishnu has to be performed, otherwise work causes bondage in this material world. Therefore, O son of Kunti, perform your prescribed duties for his satisfaction, and in that way you will always remain free from bondage. You remember, Arjuna was was frightened that if I will be fighting on this Kurukshetra battlefield, likely I will get sinful reactions. And it was like one of the reasons why he was avoiding, well, not exactly avoiding, he was not determined. He was not determined, should I fight or I should not fight? And even if I have to fight, I have no power because now I feel myself helpless. And Krishna, please help me. Shishyasteham shadhimam tvam prapanam. I'm your disciple and a soul who surrendered to you. So please tell me what to do. And Krishna encourages Arjuna that you just do your duty. It is your prescribed duty, but not only prescribed duty because you are Kshatriya, so you have to fight. It is your prescribed duty. It is not the whole thing. You also do this for my satisfaction. Krishna is saying, do it for my satisfaction, then you will always remain free from bondage. Like we have this verse, I don't remember, maybe it is in 11th chapter, that you do two things simultaneously. You fight and you remember me in form of Shema Sundara. He gives this process of Bhakti Yoga to Arjuna. So it is essential thing that it should be done for satisfaction of Shri Krishna. Because living entity doesn't have these direct relationships with Krishna. Well, all of us, we have these relationships, but these relationships are really covered by forgetfulness, by our contamination, our experiences of association with material energy. Because of that, we are on distance with Supreme. Because of that, Krishna is arranging that first let him be trained by my representative, by spiritual master. So Krishna is looking how my devotee, how he is going to deal with his spiritual master, means with my representative, and will he be able, or will he be having the desire to satisfy spiritual master? It is very essential point. And so this point number 3, tapasya which is done in Sattva Gun. The idea is to satisfy Supreme Lord, or to satisfy the representative of Supreme Lord, which is basically the same. It is interrelated. If the representative is satisfied, then Krishna is also satisfied. So Krishna, he gives the representative and he is observing how we are going to deal with the representative. And we're going to the next verse. The next verse describes tapasya in Rajagun, in mode of passion. And Narottam Prabhuji, Hare Krishna, good evening. Would you like to read the verse? Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna.
Satkara mana pujartham tapodambena chevayat kriyate tad iha proktam rajasam chalam adruvam. Translation. Penance performed out of pride and for the sake of gaining respect, honor, and worship is said to be the mode of passion. It is neither stable nor permanent. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. So you see, in the word-by-word translation, we have this word adruvam. Adruvam means temporary. You remember Dhruva Maharaj, right? Dhruva Maharaj, he is stable in devotional service, means Dhruva. Dhruva means stable. Adruvam means not stable or temporary. And in this verse, the penance or austerity in mode of passion is described. Of course, Dhruva Maharaj himself, in the very beginning, he was inspired mainly by mode of passion. By mode of passion, let me just, how to say, it is Kshatriya approach, it is Kshatriya mentality. If Kshatriya is defeated by someone or by some situation, then he has a feeling, I have to conquer this situation, I have to overcome this weakness that was there in my actions and my behavior, I have to become stronger. I have to become stronger than this situation. And also he wanted to get the kingdom which will be much more bigger than Uttanapada's kingdom or even Lord Brahma's kingdom. So he has ambitions. So because of these ambitions, we can say that in the very beginning he was inspired by mode of passion, which is typical for Kshatriya. In Bhagavad Gita, we have verses, again, I don't remember exact numbers, but again it is described. We have 4 Varnas, Brahmana, Kshatriya, Vaishya, Shudra, and it is described under the influence of which modes the representative of each Varna is situated. Shudra is situated under mode of ignorance, then Vaishya, combined influence Rajas and Tamas, then Kshatriya, combined influence of Sattva and Rajas, and Brahmanas are supposed to be sattvic, to be in mode of goodness. So we're taking Bhakti Shastri course to become first-class people. Srila Prabhupada many times he was saying that the purpose of this movement is to create first-class people. And first-class people means those who have Brahminical qualities. When we are speaking about Brahmanas, it can be understood in few meanings. To be a Brahmana means just to be initiated, to have the initiation. It also means that Brahmana is one who has qualities of Brahmana. Svabhava jam means inborn qualities of Brahmana that are described in 18th chapter. We will read these verses also. So, and the third meaning of the same word Brahmana is one who plays particular social role of a Brahmana in Varnashrama system. This role is described in 7th canto of Bhagavatam in Narada Muni's teachings. And because we live in Kali Yuga and basically there is no Varnashrama, there is no such social institution of Varnashrama, because of that we can say that Brahmana is one who has Brahminical qualities or some of Brahminical qualities that are described in 18th chapter of Bhagavad Gita. It also sometimes in our daily talks we can say that someone is a Brahmana, not in the sense that he is initiated, not in the sense that he has second initiation, but in the sense that he has particular qualities, particular nature. In that sense, this word also can be used sometimes, and sometimes we use this word to when we're speaking about people who have the second initiation. Again, because we have different guna karma, it doesn't mean that if we get second initiation, automatically we get this set of Brahminical qualities that are listed in 18th chapter of Bhagavad Gita. Each and every person has particular qualities, particular guna karma, and to get second initiation, basically it means to get empowerment. To get empowerment to worship deities, to preach, to be like a more responsible representative of ISKCON movement. You can read book which is called Gayatri Mantras, written by Sachinandana Swami Maharaj. I highly recommend you to read this book, Gayatri Mantras, written by Sachinandana Swami. So he is quoting few sentences, few places from talks that Srila Prabhupada had on this subject matter, and Srila Prabhupada's disciples, they were asking him that if someone is a Shudra, if someone is a carpenter, for example, or another occupation which is Shudra occupation by its nature, will he get second initiation or not? He will get everything. He will get everything, Srila Prabhupada is answering. He will get everything. It doesn't mean, it is not related to birth. It is not related to guna karma. it is the question of mercy given by spiritual master. Mercy of Sri Guru Parampara given to the disciple, to the devotee through spiritual master. It doesn't obviously mean that this particular person will be behaving like ideal Vedic Brahmana. Also, we're living in Kali Yuga. We don't have the experience. We don't know how do Brahmanas and Kshatriyas of previous ages, previous yugas, how do they look like? We don't know. We don't have this experience. But anyway, to get second initiation means that there is trust. There is trust of our spiritual master and our senior devotees. They trust that you can be responsible and good representative of ISKCON movement, and you can serve nicely in ISKCON. Usually this second initiation is related to preaching activities or to pujari activities, pujari engagement. But anyway, so it is not the question of it's not the question of educational qualification. I mean, mundane educational qualification. But in case of ISKCON, of course, we get some educational qualification in the form of Bhakti Shastri course. To get this systematical education, to understand who is who, what is what, and so on and so on. And then it will be also our responsibility to read these books again and again, because we are not Shrutidharas in Kali Yuga. Shrutidhara means one who is able to memorize everything just after listening once. So we have this duty to read these books again and again, especially if we are twice initiated, because because the ISKCON reputation depends on the actions of its members. So here in this verse, penance or austerity in mode of passion is described, and one of symptoms is that this penance cannot be stable, cannot be permanent if it is performed under influence of mode of passion, means pride, or for the sake of respect, honor, worship, and so on. I will show you one slide, which is from Radheshyam Prabhu's presentation. Just let me. Okay, it is the same window. Just sorry. I'll push another button. Okay, this window. Okay, let's see. So we have some purports given by our previous acharyas. What does it mean? What are motivations that Rajasic people usually have to perform austerities, to perform penances? Satkara, mana, puja. Satkara means verbal worship. Through words like, he is good, he is a man of great austerities. Baladeva Vidyabhushana Vishwanatha Chakravarti Thakur are saying that those who are performing austerities, they want satkara, this verbal worship. They want other people to speak nice things about them. Mana, physical worship, by acts such as rising up, salutation. We have one senior devotee, or maybe better to say old devotee, who was always insisting that each time when you see me, you have to rise up because I'm an older one. Well, that's normal. It goes directly according to the instructions of Manu Samhita. In Manu Samhita, it is written that if we see someone who has higher position, we have to rise up and salute them. But anyway, it is paradox of Vaishnava life that senior devotees, from one side, they have to teach, to share the experience with those who are junior. It was one point. But the another point, that amaninamanadena, Amanina manadena. Our policy is that we are ready to express our respect to others, and we are not expecting, we are not waiting, we are not demanding for respect from other living entities. So what to do in these situations? Should we insist that other people should rise up and salute us, or maybe we should behave like humble people, like amanina manadena? It is tricky question. It is tricky question, and if someone is experienced devotee, he can give instruction, even heavy instruction. He can give heavy instruction in nectarian way, but experience is needed for that. Experience, maturity, and so on. Okay, verbal worship, satkara, then mana, physical worship, then puja. Vishwanatha Chakravarti Thakur is explaining puja means gaining mental respect from others, which will manifest in the future as gifts or money and other things. Baladev Vidyabhushana is saying worship in the form of such things as getting one's feet washed, or receiving gifts of money. Some people, they are dreaming, when I will get followers who will be washing my feet. It is anartha. It is anartha. It is the motivation in Rajagun. And usually this austerity, when someone is serving, doing devotional service intensely, with this mentality, then his service cannot be stable, cannot last for a long time. We can come to a very serious conclusion here, very important conclusion. If we know some of our senior or old devotees who are performing important and responsible service for a long period of time, for decades, for example, someone is pujari for decades, or someone is temple president for decades. It goes for a long time. Likely his motivation is not in mode of passion, because otherwise he would not be able to remain at his position. Means the duration of one's service, if someone is performing some kind of devotional service in stable way for a long time, likely it means that his mentality, his motivation is proper. Likely it means this, because otherwise those who are motivated by satkara, mana, puja, they are impatient. They are waiting for this satkara, mana, puja. Sometimes they get this respect, sometimes they don't get. Usually they don't, because this ISKCON movement is created in such a way that we are here, all of us who are here to serve. And some portion, some quota of sense enjoyment in form of respect from someone, of course we can get. But Krishna is in the center of this movement. Srila Prabhupada arranged everything in such way. So any attempt to put ourselves in the center, finally it fails. And the person becomes frustrated. Oh, these people, they don't respect me sufficiently, and so on. Or maybe they respect, but they don't respect in such way as much as I want, or like I want, and so on. The same people, you see, the same people who are glorifying us here in ISKCON, the same people they are chastising sometimes. We're in the same boat with the same people. Sometimes these people are praising us and glorifying. Sometimes these people are not happy with us, and they are expressing their dissatisfaction. And now Narottama Prabhuji is going to ask the question.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji.
Hare Krishna.
So my question is, when we show respect to devotees, like we say Vanchakal Patarubhyasya Kripasinubhya, and we bow down on the ground to the devotee, is that something okay to do, or because we are showing respect to the other devotee. Is it like
That's normal. That's normal. It is part of our culture. The question is that sometimes people they want too much, or maybe they want not too much, but it happens that this idea that I will be respected and so on, sometimes it becomes the main motivation. If it becomes main motivation, then there is no guarantee that this devotional service will be stable. Enthusiasm, utsaha. Utsaha nishchaya daryat. Nectar of instruction, verse number 3. You will study this book and this verse. Nectar of instruction, verse number 3. Utsaha nishchaya daryat. Utsaha means enthusiasm. And Srila Prabhupada, in purport, he explains, there is utsaha maya, or false enthusiasm, or enthusiasm which is based on judgmental statements that we can hear from other people. Sometimes we are happy with these judgmental statements because they are positive. Sometimes not. But real enthusiasm, which is not utsaha maya, real enthusiasm, it is inspiration which comes because of our contact with Supreme. We chant holy names, we serve, we read books. Because of that, we feel this bhakti yoga, this connection. And if we feel this connection, it nourishes us from within spiritually. And then we are happy to serve. And time comes when we are not so much worried, even if someone is not happy. Of course, we will be trying to satisfy everyone. I mean that there is such category of practitioners who are never happy. Who are always complaining, and time comes when we are not disturbed by these people, and when we are not disturbed by these people who have this how do we call it, fly mentality, and we are able to satisfy those who are in good spiritual state.
Thank you, Prabhu.
Hare Krishna, thank you very much. Oh, Dvarkadish Prabhuji. Hare Krishna, nice to see you again.
I'm about to ask the question. Naruttama already asked that. But anyway, further to that question, the Pada Puja we are performing for sannyasis, is this mandatory? Anytime a sannyasi comes in, we have to do the Pada Puja, the one thing. Secondly, there are some Grahastha gurus who can also give initiation. Do we also have to do the Pada Pujas?
Well, if I understood your question properly, well, first of all, if it happens in temple hall, and if the altar is opened, usually we don't bow down before them.
Right.
We can just fold our hands, as far as I remember. Or
yes.
But at the same time, we are doing this. We are doing this regularly. Altar is opened and we are doing this. Tricky question. So you're asking if someone has in ISKCON, he has service of initiating guru and he is grihastha, then should we bow down or not? That is your question.
No, also the Pada Puja, we are doing washing their feet.
Pada Puja. I just didn't understand this term Pada Puja. We are not using this term Pada Puja outside India. Sorry, I didn't understand what does it mean Pada Puja. Yeah, Pada Puja should be done with closed altar. That is 100%. That is 100%. If you see, there are different Vyasa Puja ceremony. If we are speaking about Pada Puja or washing feet of spiritual master, it should be done with closed altar. Altar is closed. The exception, the only one exception, is Guru Puja when we are worshipping to Srila Prabhupada. When we chant Shri Guru Charana Padma, Kevala Bhakati Sadma, and so on. Of course, we looks like we are not washing feet here, but anyway, we are doing arati and we are not closing the altar. It is the exception. He is founder Acharya. It is only one exception. In other cases, we close the altar. If altar is not closed, then Pada Puja should not be performed. But anyway, some people they do it. I remember in Moscow, in Jagannath Mandir, Niranjana Maharaj was forced to accept Pada Puja, and devotees they didn't close the altar, and Niranjana Maharaj, he just folded his hands before the altar in the sense that, oh dear Lord, you understand what's going on, please forgive me, forgive us, and so on like this. Hare Krishna.
One more question, Guru. Sometimes we want to do, but the Gurus are very merciful. They don't accept, they say, no, don't do. But we are forcing the Gurus to do the Pada Puja. Is it an offense? How do we take it?
I'm not getting. So they don't want to be to have their feet washed, and someone is doing this by force, right? You are speaking about this by force. No. We should not do like this. We should not disturb devotees. We should not disturb.
Okay.
Some of spiritual masters, they don't allow their disciples to wash their feet. For example, His Grace Chaitanya Chandra Charan Prabhu, maybe you know him from Russia. He is Jayapataka Swami's disciple. He has a lot of disciples in Russia and in Central Asia. So he doesn't allow his disciples to do this ceremony. Considers himself to be unworthy, looks like, because of that. Well, also he was born in Central Asia. Maybe because of that he has this mentality that first you have to become Paramahamsa, then maybe. You see, when someone has such elevated, such exalted spiritual master like Jayapataka Swami Maharaj, it is natural to think that for Jayapataka Swami it is normal to do Pada Puja, but who am I to accept such thing? That is the point. It is humility.
Don't accept at all. Some Gurus don't accept at all. They don't want to do Pada Puja.
That's normal. It can be so. It is their choice and their freedom and their authorities in this guru-disciple relationship. So because of that, disciples, they have to follow. They have no other option. By the way, who are these gurus who don't allow Pada Puja? Whom you know? Can you mention the names if it is possible?
Prabhu, I've been initiated for the past almost 28 years. I've been trying all my best to do Pada Puja to my Guru. Till today, he never accepted Pada Puja at all. He said, I'm not qualified for the Pada Puja. Why, Dwarkadish, why you want to waste your time? You chant your holy name attentively, do your seva to Krishna and Prabhupada. That's his instruction.
Very nice. And what is his name? What is his name?
Sorry, Prabhu?
What is his name?
His Holiness Narasimha Maharaj.
Bhakti Vigna Vinasha Narasimha, right?
Bhakti Vigna Vinasha Narasimha Maharaj.
Vigna Vinasha Narasimha Maharaj. Very nice, very great. He also he has some disciples in Russia also, in eastern part of Russia. Yeah. Okay, let's go further. Thank you, Dwarkadish Prabhuji, for the questions. Thank you very much. So we're going further. The results are temporary. They can be continued for some time, but they are not permanent. Sometimes, also there is one aspect of this. Sometimes devotees, they think that let me serve very intensively. Let me and they can be inspired by someone's example. For example, by their own spiritual master who is serving tirelessly, or by example of some local senior devotees who are also able to do a lot of service. And these people, they can serve a lot without paying any attention on the condition of their body, health, mind, and so on and so on. And then after some time, it looks like everything was done selflessly. But after some time, when they naturally become burned out, we can hear such statements from these people. They are expecting that devotees will be grateful, will admit this service, and so on and so on. Of course, we are grateful. Of course, we admit and so on. But life should be balanced. We should take care of our body health and so on. And if we take too much service and our life and our mind becomes imbalanced, and especially mind, if mind is imbalanced, then naturally we come to the point when we are dealing with devotees not in polite way. And then the results, the fruits of this intense tapasya are destroyed just because we destroyed the relationships with devotees. Sometimes it happens like this. So we should be careful. We should be careful.
I have one more question.
Yes.
Lord Krishna washed Sudama's feet when he visited him. Is it out of respect or out of love?
Go Brahmana Hitaya Cha, Jagat Hitaya Krishna, Govinda Namo Namaha. Go Brahmana Hitaya Cha. Cows and Brahmanas are very dear to Lord Krishna. Sudama is a Brahman. So it is the reason why he accepted him in such way. And also they were studying in the same Gurukul. It was with Sandipani Muni. So out of love also and out of this culture when cows and brahmanas are respected. Hare Krishna. Thank you very much. We are going further. So verse 17.19, Mataji Keshavi Palini, would you like to read the verse? Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna Prabhu. Mukta grahena tat panuyat pidaya kriyate tapaha parasya sadhanatam matam
Translation.
Penance performed out of foolishness to destroy is said to be in the mode of ignorance. Hare Krishna Prabhu.
Hare Krishna, thank you very much. Okay. So, likely most of you already have read this story of demon Vrikasura. It is a great example of how penance or austerity can be performed in a mode of ignorance. It is one of the symptoms of a demon, that demons are concocting their own processes, their own religious. So that's why he, because of his evil mind, he decided that let me cut parts of my body and let me throw these parts of my body in sacrificial fire, and it will be very spiritual. So it is foolishness. It is foolishness, and it is also demoniac nature. Self-torture is here. The desire to destroy and to injure others is here in the case of Vrikasura. And we can give a few more examples. One of these examples is of course, nuclear weapon, because to do this, to invent this weapon the scientists and also those who are producing these nuclear bombs, they had to take austerities to study, to do researches, to produce these bombs, nuclear bombs, and then Hiroshima, Nagasaki, all these things, and like it written here, to destroy or injure others. So it is tapasya in mode of ignorance. Also, there are a few more examples. Hiranyakashipu is given there in purport to this verse and as an example. Because he wanted to become immortal and to kill demigods, and he was praying to Brahma, and ultimately he was killed by Krishna himself, by Nrisimhadev himself. So foolishness means I do tapasya to fulfill the desire which is impossible to fulfill. It means foolishness, which is impossible to fulfill. Like Hiranyakashipu, he wants to be immortal. Or in the first part of 20th century, some scientists, they were saying that we will invent something, we will make human kind to be immortal. We will achieve physical immortality. Some of these people, they were saying like this. It is also foolishness. Baladev Vidyabhushana in his he translates the same verse 17.19 in another way. Austerity performed out of blind attachment, inflicting pain on oneself, or for the purpose of harming or destroying others, is tamasic austerity. So one more symptom of tamasic austerity, blind attachment, means my desire, like in Hiranyakashipu's example, my desire to control everyone, or my desire to kill a lot of people using nuclear weapon, and so on and so on. My desire is so strong, so I will not stop. I will do harm for myself, I will do harm for others, but I will not stop. It is called austerity in Tamagun. Well, and also one more example which can be given here is, in purport it is written here, on slide you can see the last line, SS. SS means Sridhar Swami. Sridhar Swami, he is one of he also wrote the purport for Bhagavad Gita. He gives the example of abhichara or black magic, when some people are doing these rituals, tamasic rituals, to do harm for others. And one more example, we can take the moon expedition. A lot of people are struggling a lot to construct the rocket. Then those who are astronauts, they are risking with their lives. Then their idea to achieve moon, and to get, like Srila Prabhupada, he was saying, to get some dust from moon surface. Srila Prabhupada is saying, why you want this dust? You have a lot of dust on our planet. On our planet there is a lot of dust. Why you want that dust? It is also foolishness. Or how he was saying, it is childish idea, he was saying like this. It is childish idea, this childish curiosity that let me go there and let me see what kind of dust is there. And for that purpose, a lot of people, they are struggling, they are working a lot to construct the rocket, to prepare for the flight, and also it is risky to go somewhere. I'm even not speaking that Srila Prabhupada, he many times he was saying that actually they didn't achieve moon surface, and it was just the footage from how to say, pavilion footage. It was just recorded in like a movie, like a movie. It was not moon, it was just recorded, and this movie was recorded somewhere in deserts of Arizona maybe, or somewhere else in America, like this. So foolishness, you just want to go to the moon and to get more dust from there, to compare that dust with our dust and so on. What is the use? So it is austerity in mode of ignorance, muda grahena, and we're going further. So we have discussed the austerities in 3 modes of material nature. And now we are going to discuss from verse number 20, 17.20. The next subject matter is their charity in 3 modes of material nature. You give someone something, some material resources, some money, but what will be the result? It depends on modes of material nature. Modes of material nature in the sense how it was, where it was done, means the environment, to whom it was given. Also, what was our consciousness or our intention when we were doing charity. So, on the basis of this criterion, this classification is given here from the verse 17.20 and further. And Mataji Mira, would you like to read the verse?
Hare Krishna Prabhu.
Hare Krishna.
Datavyam iti yat danam diyate anupakarine desha kalecha patrecha tat danam shatvikam smritam. Translation by Srila Prabhupada. Charity given out of duty without expectation of return at the proper time and place, and the worthy person is considered to be in the mode of goodness.
Hare Krishna. Hare Hare Bol. So the question raises, what does it mean, worthy person? In our Srila Prabhupada's quotes book, we have a quote where Srila Prabhupada is saying that devotees are worthy people. We will read that quote a little bit later. Charity given out of duty. It is really important. This word datavyam. Datavyam is very important. Datavyam, worth given, it is written here. Worth given. The previous acharyas, they are explaining meaning of this word datavyam. Datavyam means I give something to someone, I give the donation, I give charity, because I understand that it should be given, it should be done. It is the essence of Vaidhi sadhana bhakti, of regulated sadhana bhakti process. When we are not motivated by spontaneous love for Godhead, but we have this understanding that there are some things that are regulated by gurus, by sacred scriptures, and this should be done. This has to be done according to the Shastra. Datavyam, it means that I'm doing this because it has to be done. It is the essence of Vaidhi Sadhana Bhakti. Also, we have a quote in Garuda Purana. I will show you. Garuda Purana. And here in verse number, just one moment, 198.3. 198.3. Where it is? Just one moment. We won't find it. 188.3. Here, this place. Garuda Purana gives very important instruction, which is quoted by some of our acharyas, Vishwanath Chakravarti or Baladev Vidyabhushana. They are quoting this point regarding charity. Garuda Purana 1:98:3. A gift should never be taken. A gift should never be taken by a person devoid of learning and austerity. By taking, if he degrades the giver as well as himself. By taking it. Sorry, I will read again. Sorry. A gift should never be taken by a person devoid of learning and austerity. By taking it, he degrades the giver as well as himself. Means both of them, they are degrading. It is about worthy person. How we can understand that someone is worthy? Means someone practicing tapasya and someone developing vidya in his heart, in his consciousness. So we can say about devotees, not any devotee, but serious devotee, ISKCON devotee, those who are doing austerity, means they took devotional service, they are doing something serious and responsible on a regular basis. It means austerity, and learning means they are taking Bhakti Shastri course. Because of that, they are nice. They are nice people. And means if these symptoms are there, learning and austerity are there, means they are worthy to accept charity, to accept donations. If we give our donation just to any person or even to any devotee, but devotee who is not absorbed in practical devotional service and studying sacred scriptures, it will not give us benefit, or even like it is written in Garuda Purana here in this place, or even we both can degrade because of that. Okay, so we have one more chapter to read, the whole chapter here in Garuda Purana, but it will take time. So maybe we will read just a little bit here. Different categories of charity are listed here. We'll just read these categories. If you wish, I will share the link with you. You will read further, and you will get more knowledge about charity from Garuda Purana. So different categories are listed here.
Yeah, please give us the link. At least we can know
Okay. When charity is made to a worthy person, it is called svatvik, or satvik, one pervaded by the quality of goodness. Besides, there are various other forms of charity: nitya, daily; naimitika, occasional; kamya, made with the desire of fruits. Basically, it is about charity in mode of passion. We will discuss it in next verse. Kamya, made with desire of fruits. And vimala, pure or disinterested. Whatever is daily given to persons who have done us no good, or to the brahmanas without any expectation for fruits, it is called nitya. Whatever is given to a learned person for the expiation of sins or for averting evils is called naimitika. Such charities are made by pious men. Whatever is given for having children, achieving victory, or attaining heaven is called by the rishis. Well read in the religious code, kamya. So it means it is already about rajasic charity. Rajasic charity. Religious code which is named kamya. Sorry. This category is called kamya, and in religious code, in different prescriptions of sacred scriptures, we can get different examples of this charity. The results of this charity is to have children, to achieve victory, to attain heaven. I will show you one verse from Srimad Bhagavatam regarding this subject matter. I will show you one verse now. And also it is written here: with the mind pervaded by the quality of sattva, goodness, when a man makes presents to persons conversant with the knowledge of Brahma, only with the object of pleasing God, such a gift is called Vimala. Vimala, or pure. Pure, or Vimala. What does it mean, the knowledge of Brahma? Well, our Sampradaya is called Brahma. Gaudiya, Madhava, Sampradaya. Brahma is our Adi Guru. So, by Srila Prabhupada's mercy, we are conversant with the knowledge of Brahma. And because of this Bhakti Shastri course, we become more and more conversant day after day. Right, Dvarkadish Prabhuji? Right? We become more and more conversant. So now I will just show you a few examples about what does it mean, kamya, or charity for having children, achieving victory, or attaining heaven. It is in the second canto of Srimad Bhagavatam. You can write down the verse number if you wish. 2, 3, and then from 2 to 7. And the whole list is given here to which demigods one should approach if he wants to get different benedictions in his material life. Just examples are given here in this chapter 3 of the second canto, 2, 3, from 2 to 7. It is not that Srimad Bhagavatam is inspiring or encouraging us for this, but this information just given here that one who desires to be absorbed in the impersonal Brahmajyoti effulgence should worship the master of the Vedas, Lord Brahma or Brihaspati, the learned priest. One who desires powerful sex, even about this, you get knowledge in Srimad Bhagavatam. One who desires powerful sex should worship the heavenly king Indra. And one who desires good progeny should worship the great progenitors called the Prajapatis. One who desires good fortune should worship Durga Devi, the superintendent of the material world. One desiring to be very powerful should worship fire. And one who aspires only after money should worship the Vasus. One should worship the Rudra incarnations of Lord Shiva if he wants to be a great hero. One who wants a large stock of grains should worship Aditi. One who desires to attain the heavenly planets should worship the sons of Aditi. One who desires a worldly kingdom should worship Vishvadeva. And one who wants to be popular with the general mass of population should worship the Sadhya demigod. One who desires a long span of life should worship the demigods known as the Ashvini Kumaras. And a person desiring a strongly built body should worship the earth. Means there is no need to visit fitness club if one wants to have strongly built body. No need to go there to do exercises, just worship the earth. One who desires stability in his post should worship the horizon and the earth combined. One who desires to be beautiful should worship the beautiful residents of the Gandharva planet. And one who desires a good wife should worship the Apsaras and the Urvashi society girls of the heavenly kingdom. One who desires domination over others. So many material desires are listed here. Should worship Lord Brahma, the head of the universe. One who desires tangible fame should worship the personality of Godhead. And one who desires a good bank balance should worship the demigod Varuna. If one desires to be a greatly learned man, he should worship Lord Shiva. And if one desires a good marital relation, he should worship the chaste goddess Uma, the wife of Lord Shiva. So many options are there. But just let's remind ourselves that verse from 9th chapter of Bhagavad Gita. Yanti deva vrata devan, pitran yanti pitr vrataha, bhutani yanti bhutajya, yanti mat yajanopi mam. Those who are worshipping demigods, they are going to demigods. Those who are worshipping ancestors, they are going on Pitriloka. Those who are worshipping ghosts and spirits, they go to their places. Those who worship Krishna, they go to Krishna. So all these options are here, but there is one detail. A little detail, but very important. You will worship them, you will get whatever you like, but then you'll have to go to their abode. Do you want to go there or not? That is the point. That is the point. That's why in the verse 2.3.10, it is said, Akama sarva kama va, moksha kama udaradhih, tivrena bhakti yogina, yajita purusham param. 2.3.10. A person who has broader intelligence, whether he be full of all material desire, without any material desire, or desiring liberation, must by all means worship the Supreme Whole, the personality of Godhead. Means it is not important. Maybe we have a lot of material desires, sarva kama, but it is not the reason to say that we are not qualified to serve Krishna. It is someone can say, I'm not a pure devotee. Why you expect me to worship Krishna? Let me worship demigod. But not, no, in this verse, Akama sarva kama va, moksha kama udaradhih, and so on. Tivrena bhakti yogina. Sarva kama means those who have a lot of material desires, means basically they want everything, and it doesn't make them unqualified to serve Krishna. What they should do, all these living entities, those who are akama, pure devotee, or sarva kama, they are overwhelmed by material desires, or moksha kama, they want to be dissolved with impersonal Brahman. All of these people, Tivrena Bhakti Yogina, they should practice devotional service intensely. Yajita Purusham Param. Yajita Purusham Param means what? Means they should worship Supreme Lord. If they have broader intelligence, it is just the question of intelligence. We can have a lot of material desires, or we can be fixed in pure devotional service only. It depends. We can have different mentality, but intelligence which is given by, there are three sorts of this intelligence. How we can get this intelligence? Guru, Sadhu, Shastra. Guru, Sadhu, Shastra. We get this intelligence from there, and because of that intelligence, we come to the conclusion that, okay, we can have a lot of different desires, but anyway, let me just serve Krishna. It will be much more better. And he will decide what desires should be fulfilled, what desires should not be fulfilled. It is up to him. So, okay, so in these verses, 2, 3, and then from 2 to 7, different examples of Rajasic charity or Rajasic process were described. That first of all, I give something to a particular demigod, like we can give charity, or we can give donation to Brahmanas, Vaishnavas, or we can give some donations or gifts just to some popular people of this world, or we can give something to demigod. He is also Jiva, he is also belongs to Jiva Tattva Ketigu. Oh, Dvarkadish Prabhuji wants to ask the question. Okay.
So, yeah, regarding the charity, I think we have to be very observant, very careful, we understand.
Yeah.
But there are so many sannyasis, Swamijis coming, we don't know which parampara they are looking. But my question here, if a Swamiji or somebody comes in, if they belong to the four sampradayas, Brahma Madhava, Lakshmi Sampradaya, Rudra, and Kumara Sampradaya, can we give charity to them? Is it worthwhile?
It would be very nice if your knowledge about thank you. It would be very nice if your knowledge about these people will be not just that they belong to particular sampradaya, but if you know something about these people, about their qualities, if you are sure that these people are worthy, then okay. Otherwise, that's why actually we have a lot of sannyasis in ISKCON. We have a lot of options to whom we can donate, and not only sannyasis and many other worthy people. I'm not saying that we should not donate to representatives of other sampradayas or even other religious traditions, but we should know that person. We should know him personally, who he is and what are his qualities. We should be sure. It is not that, okay, I see a man who is in sannyasi dress and for me it is sufficient. It is blind faith. We should use our intelligence. We should have some knowledge. We should be in knowledge. Otherwise, any person can dress like a saintly person, you know, like Sadhuji. Any person can dress like this. If we know something about particular person, then okay, then it will be charity in knowledge. It would be much more better. Otherwise, we don't know who is that guy, who is that person.
Yeah, if we give charity to a wrong person, do we accept their karma?
It can be so. It can be so. Of course, it depends what kind of karma and how pious or how sinful or how transcendental is that person. That's why I'm saying it would be much more better if we know something about that person. Otherwise, it is like gambling. We don't know will fortune be there or not. Otherwise, we don't know. Hare Krishna, does it answer on your question?
Yeah, okay. But there are also several institutions like hospitals. Like, there are other institutions also coming for charity, like hospitals, drug rehabilitation, cancer treatment, this kind of charity also coming. People approaching us. This is, we don't know who they are, but the intention looks good, like the hospital, drug rehabilitation, cancer treatment. The intention is good, but we don't know who they are. If we give such charity, will there be any consequences?
You see, it is not only the question who they are, but also it is the question of what they are going to do with your money, because there are a lot of charity funds who misuse their funds, who misuse their money. So again, if you know these people, if you are sure, then it will be the best option. Or there is one more option, which Bhakti Brihad Bhagavata Maharaj from Durban, he gave one more option. Sometimes we are not sure even about our own ISKCON authorities. Sometimes it can be so also. Sometimes we are not sure that they will be using our donations for a particular purpose that they told. In that sense, we should just approach them, and the same situation with charity funds. We should approach them and we should ask them what exactly you want. They will say, you will go buy and bring. For example, the people they are saying, we want this fans, ventilators for our temple hall. And you personally go somewhere, buy these ventilators and bring these ventilators to the temple. It will be the best option. If we don't know exactly how they will use money, even ISKCON authorities or some charity funds, then we can just perform particular work or arrange something which is needed. We should approach these people and ask them personally what are their needs. Okay? Okay or not okay?
They do explain to us their purpose, but we don't know whether they are going to utilize the money for that or not. But they give a receipt. Whatever money we give, they give a receipt. Whatever money we give, they give a receipt from the institution.
Receipt they give, but you give money. Money is something which is more important than just piece of paper. Money is money, and the receipt is just piece of paper. You know? Okay, Bhakti Priya Madhavi Mataji. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji. Prabhuji, at least in India, many a times we get invited to some relatives or friends who are not devotees for some functions. Like we have a lot of functions which go on, marriages, housewarming. So what would be the best thing to gift? Like sometimes I try to give Radha Krishna picture, but I also have a fear that whether they will, respect it and properly take care of the photograph, or and to give money would be definitely spent on some material objects if we give some money in gift. So as devotees, what can we give as gifts to non-devotees so that somehow we can little bit influence them to move towards Krishna. At the same time, we may not be sure whether they will appreciate it or not.
Yeah, that's right. What about these non-devotees? If, for example, they will be invited to ISKCON temple, will they accept such invitation or not?
At least I've been trying to call them from long time, Prabhuji. They have not been coming. So,
Not been coming. Okay.
yeah,
Well,
there are both varieties. Some who come and some who don't come.
some of them they are coming. That's great. That's nice. Well, picture is picture. It also depends on a person who is using the picture. For a devotee, it is picture is not different from personality which is on the picture. For example, photo of spiritual master is not different from spiritual master himself. The same story with Shri Shri Radha Krishna picture. And if we give the same picture to those who are non-devotees, you see, they are all powerful. They are all powerful. It means what? Even in our ISKCON temple, ye yadham mam prapadyante, tam statchaiva bhajam yaham. According to their dedication, to their devotion, I reciprocate, Krishna is saying. So we can see that in some temples, in some ISKCON temples, because of dedication of pujaris, because of their devotion, these deities who are installed in temple, they are real, they are living, they are, you can feel that they are real. And in some temples where pujari are doing everything mechanically, without love, and so on, in ritualistic way, you can see how it looks like and how deities are manifesting themselves. It means that even if they do something with the picture, it doesn't influence on Srimati Radharani, it doesn't influence on Krishna in the sense that it is up to them to decide how much they will be manifesting through this form, through this poster, or through this Archa Vigraha. It depends on them. That's why sometimes we're saying that when Pujari is really neglectful, we're saying that looks like our deities went away. Means externally form is there, but we don't feel like it is something which, well, you understand what I'm speaking, right? What I'm speaking about. Or, for example, some impersonalists, Mayavadis, they also have murtis, they also can have murtis of demigods or even Radha Krishna in their temples, but they have no proper attitude to them. So again, Srila Prabhupada, he is explaining that Radha Krishna and these demigods, those who means these personalities, they don't like this Mayavadi mentality, so they already went away, and it happened long time ago. They went away. That's why Srila Prabhupada, he was instructing, when you somehow you are there in that temple, in Mayavadi temple, you please don't bow down before their deities, because if you bow down because you are devotee, then this personality has to reciprocate. Ye yadham mam prapadyante tam statchaiva bhajam yaham. He has to reciprocate. Krishna has to reciprocate, and others, they have to reciprocate. Means you are inviting them to this place where no one can worship them properly. where these Mayavadis, they don't have proper attitude, proper standards and understanding and so on. So that's why it is exception. We bow down in our temples. In their temples, just not to disturb divine couple. Not to disturb divine couple. We don't do this. So I think we can gift these pictures, and it depends on them. And Radha and Krishna are not in danger. Everything will be nice. Of course, we can give them some advices that you please keep the photo in a pure place and clean place and all these things. Maybe they will accept our advices. Maybe they will neglect it. Depends on them also. Mm-hmm.
Prabhu, I
Yeah,
have
Dwarkadish
one
Prabhuji.
more question. Relating to
Okay.
Yeah, I
Okay.
think this is a very interesting subject because many times we are suffering without knowing what we are doing. Relating to Mataji's question, in Indian tradition, we get weddings, marriage, and everything. When I get my children wedding, they give some kind of a gift. So when they get their children's wedding, we also returning some kind of gift, So whatever we get, we are devotees, we are spending in the service of Krishna, probably they may get benefit. So they are not devotees, but in gratitude, we have to do something for that. We also pay some money, How they are going to spend, what kind of consequences we are going to get, we don't know. So these are
That's
very
right.
gray area, Prabhu. I think it's going on daily, But despite being chanting and everything, we are suffering. Now I understand why I'm suffering because of my gray area.
Congratulations. Very nice. Hare Krishna. Yeah, it is a real question which makes difference between human being and animal. Why am I suffering? In Chaitanya Charitamrita it is stated that Sanatana Goswami, he approached Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu and he asked him these two questions: who am I and why am I suffering? And in purport, Srila Prabhupada explains that if a human being, he is not asking this question, means he is not human being yet. Because animals, they are just suffering, they are not thinking, they are not contemplating, there is no introspection. Why am I suffering? So we are on the right path. Hare Krishna, congratulations.
Yeah.
Okay, let's go further. Question?
One more question.
Okay. Ask the
We
question.
are doing Rav Yatra, and when the chariot pass by a Deva temple, sometimes we go into the Deva's temple, we are doing the chanting. So devotees are just paying obeisances to the particular Deva. Will that be a problem? Like what you say, we don't have to obey obeisance to Devas.
Well, better not to do it. I don't know what about them. Will they get some problems or not? But the idea is that we don't want to disturb these personalities whose murtis are there, because it works like this.
Yeah,
like Srila Prabhupada, how he installed deities in the house of one Indian Mataji. There is one story, maybe you have heard this story, that even before going to US, Srila Prabhupada promised one Mataji that he will come to her house and will install the deities. And after some time, after coming back from US, one day he came there. What he did, he took a conch. He put some milk in this conch, and then he, did abhisheka of this Archa Vigraha with this milk from the conch. Then he did it, and he told Govindam Adi Purusham Tamaham Bhajami. Then he offered dandavats to this Archa Vigraha, and then he told to this Mataji, okay, your deities are installed. It is the power of devotion. Of course, we have the whole procedure, the whole ritual, which is described in this book, Samskaras. I told you previously about this book, Samskaras, how to perform different agnihotras and so on. So there are different rituals how to do it, but if devotion is there, then shortcut is also possible. In case of Srila Prabhupada, he is very dear to Krishna, so he did like this. then without all these long Sanskrit mantras, everything happened. And Mataji, she asked Srila Prabhupada, so what should I do with all these offerings, with all these plates made from different metals? And she prepared all these things for the rituals. And Srila Prabhupada told, you just give it to these brahmanas. She also invited few brahmanas there to perform the ritual, and they were standing there and waiting. And Srila Prabhupada, he just told, you give it all this to these brahmanas as a charity, they will be happy. It was very simple process. So I'm just saying that it also depends on the level of a devotee. If Srila Prabhupada bows down before Murti, then of course Murti reciprocates, even can be considered to be installed. If it also depends on our level. In some cases, maybe it will not work at all. maybe it will not work at all. But anyway, this recommendation is given that we are not going to do like this because it works like this. That's all. Then now it's up to these devotees. They can continue the same practice or they can stop. It depends on them.
It is not, sorry, Prabhu, it is not our desire to pay obeisances, but in our temple, I'm living in a place called Penang. We have a temple called, a big temple in one of the temple in Malaysia. Next to our temple, we have a Kartikeya temple, a Deva temple, So sometimes we need to cooperate with them to utilize their space, or they are coming to our place. So when the chariot pass by, we also go inside, do the chanting. So we pay obeisances. So in order to get some kind of cooperation and flexibility, we have to be not compromising. It's a kind of flexibility to work along with them, If we don't do that, sometimes they're thinking that we are very fanatic, we are not cooperative, very difficult to do this kind of preaching. So in our heart, we understand, but it is a very, very difficult situation to avoid such kind of things over there in front of the public.
Okay. Good luck, Prabhuji. What can I say? Good luck, Prabhuji.
Yeah, but my only concern is by doing that, my intention is just to get preaching, cooperate with them, inviting to our temple and all this. The only concern I have is by doing that way, do I subject to get any karma or any suffering or whatever it is? That is the only concern I have.
Well, you see, I'm not Lord Krishna to give you any guarantee.
Understand.
But I suppose that Super Soul knows everything and knows your intention, and likely it is also accepted. It also plays a role. Also, regarding the dandavats, it depends on our mentality, on our thoughts, because the same action, the same dandavat, externally it can be like dandavat, internally it can be dandavat which is made with devotion. It depends if there is devotion, or it can be just physical exercise if someone doesn't put any consciousness there in his action. I think that your approach is good, but again, I'm not Supreme Lord to give you any guarantee.
Just respect only, Prabhu. That's kind of a respect only. So no worshipping, that's respect.
Yeah, but Supreme Lord, he knows everything, so I think that you will find common language with him.
Okay.
You already have this common language, I think.
Hare Krishna, Prabhu.
Hare Krishna. So we're going further. Verse number 17.21, and we will ask Mataji Bhakti Priya Madhavi to read this verse.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
Yattu pratyupakarartham phalam uddishya va puna diyate cha parilishtham taddanam rajasam smritam. Translation by Srila Prabhupada. But charity performed with the expectation of some return, or with a desire for fruitive results, or in a grudging mood, is said to be charity in the mode of passion. Hare Krishna.
Grudging mood is not good. Means if you want to do some donation or to do some charity, better to give as much as you will not regret. It works very simple. You donate something to ISKCON temple or somewhere else, and because it is money, it is your energy. You invested some energy in some activities. Because of that, you have got this money. So it is natural mechanism. You gave your money somewhere, and now you are thinking about this money that are there and about these people who are already how to say who have got your money. You are naturally thinking about this. It works like this. So if you are giving to ISKCON, so naturally you will be thinking about ISKCON, you will be thinking about ISKCON mission. On this ISKCON mission, this charity is supposed to be used, but again, because different cases of misuse in different religious organizations, we should be realistic about this. It is not the question about ISKCON in general. ISKCON is the intention, is the idea by which belongs to Srila Prabhupada originally. This idea to spread Krishna consciousness worldwide. But if to speak about particular people who are on particular positions, it can happen in any religious organization. So it is up to you to decide regarding your own authorities. Are they reliable or not for you? Do you believe them that they will not misuse? So if there is no such trust, if there are some reasons not to have this trust, so then the solution is very simple. You just ask them what do they need, and you do the needful. You arrange the needful. It is one of the solutions. Otherwise, you give money and you are thinking not just about ISKCON and ISKCON mission, you are also thinking, what about these people? Will they use money or misuse money? So if you have some doubts, better to have pure meditation, clean meditation, to purify the meditation. If you are not sure, then just give the same charity, but a little bit in another way, in such way that you will be sure. So you are then you are thinking on ISKCON, about ISKCON movement, ISKCON mission, and Srila Prabhupada's intention to preach Krishna consciousness all over the world. Ultimately, we are thinking about Srila Prabhupada. In such way, this charity makes us blissful, happy, and purifies our consciousness. Very natural mechanism. Narottama Prabhuji, what is the question or point?
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji.
Hare Krishna.
Like you mentioned that giving charity in encouraging mood is not good at all. So is the giver committing an offense?
I would say that it just means if someone does donation or charity in mood of passion, with this grudging mood, or like it is written in purport, why have I spent so much in this way? You see, here it is written like this. It just means that the practitioner, that those who are doing this charity, he will not so much benefit he will get. Not so much benefit he will get, just because he is regretting. Better not to regret. If you are not regretting, then your charity becomes more sattvic. If it becomes more sattvic, then it is good for our consciousness, for our future, like this.
Prabhu, as long as when you give charity to an ISKCON temple in the form of Lakshmi, money, we get a receipt, we are okay, right? After that, whatever they spend is up to them. Can I say that? Because sometimes we give money to a person, we don't know what is the purpose they are going to use. I mean, I'm talking the grudging mood, So it is our responsibility to make sure the money, the Lakshmi is utilized properly for the service of Krishna. So when we get to temple or institution or namahattas, we get a receipt from them. As long as we get a receipt, so we know that it is for the temple. And after that, how they use, we don't know. We are not responsible.
Why do you believe so much in documents? Why?
No, I understand, because it is one of the authority. If no, we don't know. We are all humans, right?
Right.
Sir, because this is a very great, I'm very interested to talk about this, Prabhu, because there's so much of suffering going on, even though the devotees, problems and everything. So we understand that because of unknowingly we are doing something, and we also told by the gurus of some senior people, whenever we give any charity, make use that you get some kind of receipt or some acknowledgement in black and white. If you, I mean, we can't trust anybody, right?
So
I'm not
because
just suspecting
so
the devotees. I'm telling this is for a purpose for make sure that it's going on in a proper method.
so your logic is like this, because we cannot trust people, then we will be believing in these pieces of paper, right? Like this. Your logic is like this, right?
It's an authorized receipt, yeah.
I would propose another way.
Okay.
The way is very simple, that better to make sure that the donation will be used in proper way. As much as you can control, as much as you can check it. Better to check it as much as you can. But again, those who are experienced in cheating people, they will find the way how to cheat you. So as much as you can control, better to control this situation, better to check it. Even if money is misused, your spiritual benefit, anyway, it is there because you had an intention. You had an intention that your money will be used in a particular way. You have intention. So in this way, metaphysically, you are rewarded for this. You don't worry about this. In Russia, we also had this situation that we wanted to construct temple in Moscow. You know about this story, I suppose, because worldwide it was announced and advertised that we are going to have Moscow temple and so on, and we collected big funds for this, and Moscow government gave us some land, and these people from government are quite tricky. What did they do? They gave a land, and they gave under the condition that in such and such terms you have to prepare documents, technical documents for your construction. If you will not be able to prepare, then you will lose this land. And of course, these people from government, of course, they can control this process, how these papers, how these documents are going on through different, from one structure to another structure. They can control. Because of that, we, sincere souls, we trusted them. So the situation is that finally we could not build this temple just because Moscow government and state in general were pushed by our Russian Orthodox Church, Christian Church, Russian Orthodox Church, who is the monopolist, religious monopolist in Russia. They were pushed, and because of that we lost this land and we lost money which we invested, which we already invested, some of money, not all the money, some of money which we already invested in developing this technical documentation, in some construction and so on. So after that, this council, Moscow council, was gathered, and they decided what they will be doing with this money. And because we had other projects in Moscow, and then they announced on Sunday program, we are going to do with your money this and that, and openly they told about the spiritual goals, that we will be using this for preaching purposes. We will be doing such and such projects that are now our priorities. But anyway, it doesn't go together with preliminary intentions of those who were donating. So because of that, some people became upset. Even everyone was able to understand, now it is not possible to construct that temple, unfortunately. Sorry guys, you cannot do it. But some of people, they were really unhappy, and what to do? And what to do with those money who were lost when we're trying to develop this land, because this money were given by our people, by those who were believing that we will construct the temple, but money are lost. money are lost, we cannot say that it is our fault. Basically, it is Moscow's government fault. Well, maybe it is our fault also because we trusted them too much. Maybe it is our fault also. We were cheated.
We didn't get the approval of proper procedure upfront before we collect the money.
Huh?
We didn't get a proper approval from the government for the construction of a temple. I mean, nothing is very constructive before we start something, the ball rolling, So simply we are collecting money. So now we end up in losing the money.
Yeah.
So it is also part of the authorities' responsibility, right?
Well, it is part of authority, but at the same time, if our strategy would be first to get their permission, then to collect money, then we will not be able to follow any terms of government, because they will be putting different terms that you have to construct such and such things in such and such time period and so on. So anyway, it was their strategy. I'm not a part of their team, and I didn't take any responsibility for this situation, which made a lot of devotees upset. A lot of devotees became upset because of that. So anyway, what I wanted to say, that the intention was one intention, that we are constructing the temple. Now the usage of this money is changing because of circumstances. Even if some of this money are lost without any use, anyway, those who were sincerely donating, they metaphysically they are rewarded, because Supreme Lord, He knows, He is in everyone's heart. He knows that this person gave money for such and such purpose. From that point of view, everyone is rewarded. But anyway, those who wanted this temple to be built, they want another evidence. Metaphysical evidence is not evidence for some people. Some people, they just want to see the temple built. Their level of spiritual advancement is not such levels that they can easily accept this idea of metaphysical reward. You see, it is also the question of a practitioner. Does it answer on your question?
Yeah. Of course, we have to be very careful. Of course, we have to be very careful, and we find out everything. I don't know. To ask me, generally, one more thing I want to share with you, Prabhu, because there is a person who donates a big amount of money to Gaur Purnima Anadan, Food for Life, during the Parikrama. So there was one incident. The person has donated about 80,000 rupees. So he didn't get a receipt. So after a long chase, finally he got the receipt 1 year later. So what happened was, the person who collects the money has used it for some other purpose. Then later, some or other, he rolled the money and then paid to that and get the receipt. So this kind of things also happening. It's a very that's what I'm trying to say is, whenever even some authorities down here, they say that whenever you donate any Lakshmi form, money form, please get a receipt. So you are cleared your part. What they use for their purpose, we are not involved. Something like that.
Okay.
These
Understand.
are the problems we are facing here.
Okay. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. Very nice. So here, these symptoms of charity in mode of passion are described in this verse 17.25. Let's go to our slides. Let's see what is there. Just one moment. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. So we have few points from our previous acharyas. And of course, Vishwanatha Chakravarti Thakur also translated this verse in a little bit another way. It is also interesting to see how different acharyas are translating the same verses, but a little bit differently. Vishwanatha Chakravarti Thakur's purport goes like this: that gift given with expectation or of reciprocation, with desire for results, given unwillingly, is said to be Rajasic. Okay, and let's see these points that are given by previous acharyas, by Baladeva Vidyabhushana, Vishwanatha Chakravarti Thakur, and also by Srila Prabhupada. Actually, these purports written by Baladeva Vidyabhushana and Vishwanatha Chakravarti are available. You can get these purports on Amazon.in. Translated by Banu Maharaj, but if you will get it and if you will compare it with purports written by Srila Prabhupada, surprisingly you will see all the same. All the same, Srila Prabhupada takes the best points from Vishwanatha Chakravarti Thakur and Baladeva Vidyabhushana and Sridhar Swami, and he is putting some more details according to the situation, and it is how Srila Prabhupada's purports goes. But some small things, small details, small but interesting details are here in purports written by previous acharyas, so it is quite interesting to read it sometimes. Point A, charity in mode of passion, for elevation to the heavenly kingdom in future life. Someone wants to go to heavenly kingdom, to Indraloka. Or some gift in return in present life. Sometimes, point B, sometimes with great trouble and with repentance afterwards. Why have I spent so much in this way? Point C, under some obligation at the request of a superior, order of the Guru. It is interesting. Guru is ordering, give the donation. And it can be Rajasic donation in case if we are doing this unwillingly. Spiritual master is saying give the donation. If we do it, if there is our free will there, means if we are, if we accept this order given by spiritual master, if we are happily accept it as instruction by Krishna's representative, then it is not Rajasic charity. And it becomes Rajasic charity if some unwillingness is unwillingness. Sorry. How to say? Does someone know?
Unwillingness.
Unwillingness.
No,
is
unwillingness.
There. Unwillingness. Unwillingness. Anyway, you understand what I'm speaking about. You understand. So, if this feeling is there, then donation becomes donation in passion, charity in passion. So it is really important for a disciple to feel this, to be able to feel this happiness that, oh, my spiritual master gives me the order. Let me do this, and I will be benefited, and the movement will be benefited, and other devotees will be benefited. If this mood is there, then our actions are good, and if we are doing something unwillingly, then it means mode of passion is influencing on our actions. Point number D, Vishwanatha Chakravarti Thakur, to use unauspicious items since one did not do the charity willingly. Okay, point number A, B, C, D, E, F, G, A. Okay, this point, Srila Prabhupada is saying, many charitable foundations which offer their gifts to institutions where sense gratification goes on. It is also the way of Rajasic charity, Rajasic donation, to whom we are going to give our donation. If it is for sense enjoyment, then it is donation or charity in mode of passion. Means it is not only about us and not only about our intention, but it is also about the mentality of those who accept this donation. That's why it is important to choose the worthy people to whom we are going to donate. Okay, so it was verse number 1722. And of course we could continue, but only 6 minutes has left, so basically there is no use to continue. We'll continue tomorrow. If you have some questions or thoughts, then please share your thoughts or questions. Not so many verses we have covered today, but what to do anyway?
Yeah, it is very interesting subject, Prabhu, because as what we see that, as a devotee, sometimes we are chanting very perfectly, we are doing our sadhana perfectly, and all kind of things, and still we are going through so much of problem and everything. This is a very gray area, because sometimes we are not brahmacharis, we are grahasthas, we have relation, we have and everybody there. Like what I say, we have to go for wedding, we have to go for functions and everything. So from this, now I look at it. One thing I learned from you today, Prabhu, the wedding, whoever in my children's wedding they pay in the form of money, is my part to give my gratitude to pay back the same, something like that. If it is at all a new wedding, I will never donate any Lakshmi. I will only give in the form of some kind of pictures, deity pictures, Krishna pictures, or something like that. This I learned from you today, because we are their karmis, we don't know what form they are going to use, and we will end up in troubles and everything.
Okay. Thank you very much. It is very pleasant to hear such things from you. Everything goes to Guru Maharaj, Srila Prabhupada and Parampara.
Yeah.
All your gratitude goes there. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, right.
Okay. Some more questions or thoughts? Or ideas? Hari Hari. Okay, means everything is clear. Hare Krishna, okay. See you, Dev, tomorrow. Vanchikal Ptarubhyascha Kripasinu Bhyavacha. Patitanam Pavana Bhyo Vaishnava Bhyo Namo Namaha. Hare Krishna.
Hare
Thank you
Krishna.
very much.
Thank you very much for your